You walk into a room and something in your stomach drops. You don't know why yet. Maybe it's the way two people glanced over. Maybe it's just the silence lasting half a second too long after you said something. Whatever it was, your brain already decided. They noticed. They're talking about it. They think something about you right now. You spend the next 10 minutes replaying it. They probably forgot it happened 30 seconds after it did. There's an experiment from the late 90s that explains this almost perfectly. Researchers put a college student in a deeply embarrassing t-shirt, the kind you would actually feel sick wearing in public. Then they had that student walk into a room full of other students, and guess how many people noticed the shirt? The guess was also high, way higher than reality. Then they asked the people actually in the room. Most of them didn't remember the shirt at all. That gap has a name now. Psychologists call it the spotlight effect. The basic idea is brutal in its simplicity. You think you're being watched, evaluated, mentally filed away by everyone around you, but you're not. People are too busy running the exact same program about themselves. The guy who noticed you stumble over your words isn't thinking about your stumble. He's thinking about the thing he said 5 minutes ago that maybe sounded weird. He's the main character of his own version of the room, and so is everyone else in it. You're not in the spotlight. You're just standing under your own. Here's why it feels so convincing, though. You have access to everything about yourself. Every awkward pause, every wrong word, every flicker of doubt that crossed your face for half a second. You're inside your own head with a front row seat to all of it. Nobody else has that seat. They got a glimpse, a few seconds. Then their attention moved because their brain is also busy narrating their own life, not yours. So you're comparing your full internal experience to their 5-second glance and concluding that the 5-second glance must contain everything that you felt. But it doesn't. It actually can't. There wasn't enough time. There's a second part to this that makes it worse. It's called the illusion of transparency. The sense that your nervousness, your doubt, your internal panic is somehow visible on the outside. Like your face is a window straight into what you're feeling. It mostly isn't. You feel your hand shake. They probably don't see it. You feel your voice catch. It probably sounded fine. You're certain your face gave it away. It didn't give away nearly as much as you think. The body holds most of what the mind is doing. People just don't have the access you assume they have. So why does the brain keep doing this to you? Because for most of human history, being noticed by the group actually mattered. Social standing wasn't a vague concern, it was survival. Getting kicked out of the tribe could be a death sentence. So the brain built a system that treats social mistakes like real threats. It overreacts on purpose. Better to assume everyone noticed and prepare for the worst than to miss a real threat to your standing. That system hasn't updated. It still runs the same alarm for a typo in a text message that it would run for an actual threat to your survival, which is why a small social slip can feel disproportionately enormous in the moment. Not because it is, because the alarm doesn't know the difference between then and now. The strange comfort in all this is that everyone is doing it at the same time. The room you walked into, certain people were watching you. Half of them were running the same anxious replay about themselves, wondering if you noticed something about them, convinced that you did. Nobody's actually watching as closely as anyone assumes. Everyone's just turned inward, starring in their own private documentary, mistaking their own self-consciousness for everyone else's judgment. So, next time it happens, the dropped stomach, the sudden certainty that everyone clocked it, whatever it was, it might help to remember the t-shirt. Somebody wore the most embarrassing shirt imaginable into a room full of strangers. Almost nobody remembered it 5 minutes later, and you probably won't either.